Vegan Campout 2023, the biggest vegan festival in the UK, and we're back again for the 5th time to show you what it's really like. This is the 3rd different venue we've been to at Vegan Campout, and our plan was originally to camp here in our Sprinter van last year. But it wasn't ready in time, and then we also planned to camp in the van this year, and it's still not ready. I'm sorry, having a kid and training for an Ironman takes quite a bit of time. Speaking of which, I did manage to squeeze in a 100km bike ride this morning before going to Vegan Campout. A great way to build up the appetite for the festival. That was so tough. We decided since the van wasn't ready, we would head to the festival for the Saturday of the event, and it was only about a 15-minute drive for us.
It has a big tent.
We parked up and we were ready to go.
Remember, Nicole, that's where we parked. You remember that?
See some big acts like Sam Ryder off of Eurovision.
Oh, no, sorry, he's Sunday night only.
Okay, well, headliner, comedian, Ramesh Ranganathan.
Nope, also on Sunday night.
Okay, so who do we get on Saturday? Some big new names for the festival, hopefully. Like Bosch, yep, they've been here before. Patrick Babubian, yep, seen him before. Joey Carbstrong, yeah, I think he's been at Vegan Campout every year since the dawn of time. Okay, so not too many new big names, and we'll talk about the acts a little more later, but we know why we're really here. No, not the food, it's to queue up for the wonderful toilets.
We're already queuing up for the toilets.
So there's been quite a lot of talk online already about the amount or lack of toilets at this event, but this is no joke. This is literally the 3rd clip I filmed of the festival when we got there. Vegan Campout have said that the reason that the toilets were so packed is because they sold more tickets than expected, but surely you limit the amount of tickets you're going to sell based on the amount of toilets you have, and since it sells out every single year, they apparently should know how many people they're going to have. They also posted like a couple of days before the event they only had 200 tickets left to sell, and then somehow said they sold more than 1,000 tickets in the last week. Anyway, after waiting for the queue for the toilet, we went to the queue to get in. But there wasn't really one, to be fair. And one of the reasons I probably think they have oversold on tickets is we couldn't even get a wristband because they didn't have enough.
We've made it in.
Finally.
No one's checked our tickets.
Nope.
We haven't got a wristband because they ran out. We're not supposed to bring drinks in, but no one checked our bag, so we've got drinks in our bag.
It's so like weird this year, isn't it? Like,
I don't know why we even bothered to buy tickets. We could have just turned up, but we're in. We're going to the food.
most important part.
First of many meals today. Quite a few rides, but there doesn't seem to be anyone on any of them. One person on his own on the bumper carts. Oh no, there's 2 people on the bumper carts.
That'll be us.
So as we got in quite quickly, there was a talk we wanted to see, but we decided to go on a bit of a hunt for some food first to see what we could get. The hot dogs had a pretty short queue and looked fairly good. And then we headed straight to a talk on vegan parenting. So did everyone else, I guess, because we couldn't even get into the tent. And half of the talk was based around slides on screen that was so far back we couldn't even see. I know I did joke about the guest speakers earlier, but what I will say is most of the guys that I mentioned are well practiced and you know are going to deliver at least a good talk. And I can't really say as much for some of the other vegan talks we saw on the day. It seemed like a lot of people had not practiced their talk or ever done it before.
Right, so far we've had a hot dog each.
Yep.
How would you rate your hot dog out of 10?
Ooh, like an 8.
8? I'd say like 7.
It's
So,
good,
good start.
but could be better.
Let's see what we rate whatever we have next.
The vegan talk wasn't really giving us anything we didn't already know, so instead we kind of just headed off. And they had quite a lot of stuff at the stalls, nice clothes, lots of samples, and crystals. So many crystals. Crystals everywhere. I couldn't escape. Someone help me. They're everywhere. Oh look, great! After the ride of our life, we headed off for some more food, and here you could really see how busy it was. It has been like this before at Campout. It's something we're kind of used to, and we know that if there's something we really want, we're happy to queue for it. And then if there's something we're not that bothered about, but we do want to try, we'll kind of try and head back a little bit later. One thing I've always found at the festival is if you head back like out of normal meal times, generally the queues are quite a lot shorter. So like if you get past like 2:30, 3 o'clock, normally there's no real queue till like 5 or 6 o'clock. So I queued for What the Pitta first, and Nicole went for Purezza. Other issue mentioned and I've seen online is the bins, and I suppose again the lack of bins.
We need to find a bin that's not overflowing. What are you giving the pizza out of 10? 9. Even though it's spicy.
They're so good.
I'll have to try some.
That wasn't all for you.
I left What the Pitta at this point and headed off with my old number to go grab some donuts. Then it turned out my pit was going to be delayed a little bit longer as they were having trouble with the grill.
Grill broke at What the Pitta, so I'm gonna get a Toastie instead.
Another strange issue I found at the event was that they would like advertise food, but then not actually have that food available on certain days or certain times. Like, I originally wanted to get the wrap from What the Pitta, and then they said, oh no, we're not doing wraps on Saturday, only on Sunday. Why are all the good things on Sunday? And there was one person in front of me when I queued up for this Toastie that asked for a burger, because they also have on the menu that they do burgers, and they said, oh no, sorry, we only do burgers at dinner time, not during lunch. It doesn't say that anywhere, so this guy had already queued up in this queue waiting to finally get told, no, you can't actually have the thing you want. Anyway, I got my Toastie and we watched the music in the tent, and then we kind of needed a bit of a lie down after that.
That Toastie started off good, but
The cheese was too strong.
yeah, I shouldn't have made the whole thing.
No.
The chips are very salty. Would have been like a 8 or a 9 at the start, but I don't know, it's dropped down now to
I think
like a
it was
6.
like a 5.
I'd say 6. Or your donuts.
Oh my god, amazing.
Will you rate them?
Oh, like a 8. They're
8?
good. They are good.
Will you be a 9 or a 10?
No, because I like the donuts that have like, you know, like when we go to Berwick and they got like the biscuit inside.
Yeah, they only had really the basic Project D ones, but
They were so nice.
can't go wrong with a Homer donut. Now we're lying on the floor, maybe having a nap.
Depends, because we're in the music tent.
Yeah, if some really heavy metal comes on,
We're gonna be
we might
like,
have a nap. If it's something like chilled out, we might be alright. But your favourite?
Nicole ended up grabbing a happy Maki, and I went to What the Pitta again, where the grill was finally working and I was able to claim my Pitta that I'd waited for about 3 hours ago. We then watched one of the best acts we saw that day. Tim Cottle is his name, and he did some of his own songs, but also did like covers, and even performed a version of Nicole's favourite song.
Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do. I hate my life. Let's go hot do 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 do. Let's go hot do 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 do. Let's go hot do 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 do. Let's go hot.
You've had your favourite Happy Maki?
yes.
I've had my favourite What the Pitta. How was it?
Good. Not as good as last time. I don't know. I feel like they've changed something.
So they didn't have a wrap, so I'd have in a Pitta. And it was 4 hours later than it should have been, so
Yeah.
wasn't
You were already
as good
like
either.
full, weren't you? So
No, probably like a 7 out of 10.
mine was like a 4. I don't-
4?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Oh, you
I
still
feel
ate the
like
whole thing.
We grabbed the hot chocolate after, and then we queued for the toilets again, and we were kind of getting a bit done at this point. We'd ate so much food, we'd walked a lot, and yeah, there wasn't really that much else we wanted to see that night. All the talks were also really rammed, so if there was something that we weren't that bothered about, but we were like, okay, maybe we'll sit and watch. You couldn't even get into the tent anyway. I had been eyeing up a burger from Vegan Boulevard, which is somewhere I've been looking at online before, so I decided to queue for that, and it was a pretty good decision. I'm glad I grabbed that.
More food.
Thank you for waiting.
Cheers.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Don't go that far away.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to do this time?
Where are you going?
I don't know. Good.
Might be the best thing of the day.
Really?
So that was it. That was Vegan Campout 2023. Obviously, it had some issues, but will we be back again? Of course. I mean, all the problems don't really matter when you can just go somewhere and get all the food you want without even having to question it. I suppose you could also go to Brighton, but Vista's a little bit closer for us. Fingers crossed, maybe we'll be able to stay in the van this time. Anyway, as much as we love making this video, we are going to take a little bit of a change for the channel. We'll always want to highlight like the vegan diet. Quite hard having a son and jobs as well for us to be together and make these videos. I would have loved for Nicole to be here and do like a vegan adventures video with me. But yeah, next week we will be changing the name of the channel, focus on what I've been looking at recently, which is like triathlon and fitness in general. We will be trying to do more vegan food stuff instead. We want to try and really push it on like Instagram and TikTok. So there's links in the descriptions for our Vegan Adventures Instagram and TikTok if you want to go check that out. Alright, everyone, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.